Hello, my Basset Hound friends and my sexy pie cuties, Mark the Punk Gamer, a.k.a. Markapunk here. And finally, another studio album ranking video. I am ranking Pestilence now. It's a death thrash metal band that I wanted to rank since their 10th new one just came out. And I'm ready to do this official ranking now since it's officially out, like days ago. And I hope you enjoy my Pestilence ranking because this is my first time ranking them. And it's an awesome band name, so let's get this shit underway, shall we? So, 10th or 1, worst to best, let's do it. So, my number 10th, my least favorite out of all 10 of these Pestilence albums is going to be Doctrine. Oh my god, this one. This is actually the most poorest death thrash metal album out of all of these. Is pretty poor for this one. There's not a single track I like from this one, and this is easily their worst album that Pestilence made. Definitely Doctrine. Oh my god, yeah. So I have no words for this one, and overall, this is my least favorite of the Pestilence studio albums. It's definitely my number 10 is going to be Doctrine. My number 9 is going to be Obsidio album. This one is a little bit better. It's my second least favorite. At least this has some decent death metalism entertainment into it. It's still my second least favorite. 3 songs I do like from this one that I think are memorable: Displaced, Necromorph, and lastly Saturation. Those are the only 3 I can think of are good songs from Obsidio. Yeah, this is decent, I guess. At least it's better than Doctrine overall. But my number 9 is going to be Obsidio. My number 8th position is going to be Hadeon album. This one is decently good, I guess, type album from Pestilence. This is decent, in my own opinion. 6 songs I do like from it overall, though. Non-physical extinctions, whatever it's called. Multiple dimensionals. Materialization. Disincarnate entity. The Subvisions instrumental is pretty good. And lastly, Layers of Reality. Yeah, 6 songs I do like from this one overall. And decently entertainment good for this one. My number 8 is going to be Hadeon. Alright, we're going an album forward, and my number 7 spot is going to be Extivum. That's what it's called, Exitivum. That's the name of this album. Yeah, this one is another decent Pestilence album, I guess, type 1. Songs I like is I'm Omnibus, instrumental. Morbus, Pregnatome, Pregnatome, Progom, I don't know, it's track 2. So track 3 I do like, track 5 I do like. I can't pronounce these names. They've always put the V's in their songs, it makes it a little bit confusing. Exitivum, and Personat Mortem outro, I guess. So yeah. It's another decent listen Pestilence album in my own controversial opinion. It could have been better though, just saying. But my number 7 is going to be Exitivum, that's what it's called. My number 6 is going to be Resurrection Macabre. Yeah, Resurrection Macabre. About this one, this has the best death metal vocals in this one. I will give it positive about this one. There is some tracks I didn't like throughout this album, but there is at least 7 songs I do like from this one, so prepare for yourselves. Devouring Frenzy, Horror Detox, Hate Suicide, Neuro Dissonance, Dehydrated 2, Resurrection Macabre, Y2H, In Sickness and Death. So, this has the best death metal vocals in this album. But on the other side, it's just boring after that by the other songs that really just put me off a bit. So, that doesn't make sense, in my opinion. Almost good album from Pestilence, but it's in the here happy middle in my ranking. So my number 6 is going to be Resurrection Markapunk. We're at the top 5 of Pestilence studio albums. Here we go. So my number 5 is going to be Spears. Why is this one in the middle of my ranking? I'll get to my point in a second. But I'll tell you the 7 songs I do like from this. So Mind Reflections, Aryan Eyes instrumental. This album has the most instrumentals in out of all of them. Soul Search, Voices from Within instrumental, Spears, Charging Perspectives, and lastly, Philia's instrumental. This one has too many ambients in this album. They like to go ambient with this album. It's not bad or anything, it's just, it's not my favorite out of the Pestilence genre change. But there has been a little bit of death metal into it. It's at the same time, it doesn't sound like death metal in Spears, to be honest, in this album. At the same time, that's why I'm having an average mix with this one. But it's still a good one, but not great. I can have entertainment for. So my number 5 is going to be Spears. Alright, I might get shot what I'm going to put for my number 4, since it's in my high spot. I know this is the lowest point of their latest one, which I'm mentioning right now. Levels of Perception. That's the name of it. It's just a re-recording of their original songs they have in their past albums. To me, it actually sounds a little bit better in my opinion. So I don't like all songs. Just keep your pennies in a twist. So calm yourself. So there's a lot of them. Horror Detox, Multiple Dimensions, Mobus Pregnatome, Sinister, Dehydrate, Land of Tears, Necromorph, Defects, I think, Twisted Truth, and lastly, Out of the Body. Yeah, they're all re-recording songs from this one. Why is it high? To me, it sounds a little bit better than the originals. But I will get to that in my top 3, so soon enough. But unfortunately, it's going to be at my number 4. It's going to be Levels of Perception. We come to the top 3 of the Pestilence albums. So all these tracks I do like on my top 3. I think they're the best ones that Pestilence made, production-wise, and how good they are in these top 3, in my opinion. So my number 3 is going to be their first full-length debut album. Is called Maleficrum. Yeah, their first full-length debut album. I love the hell out of their first one. It's really good. But it's at my number 3 bronze medal winner. It's a good one. Good debut album from them. I'm going to name all 10 tracks for you guys. All of them are pretty entertaining. Maleformic and Answer from Morphia. Parasite. Yeah, I just like all the tracks. I can't pronounce all the songs, so sorry for me to say. This is a damn good first debut album, to be honest. It's a really good one. I like all 10 tracks of this one. And my number 3 bronze medal winner, I have to give it to their first full-length debut album, Maleficrum album. My number 2 silver medal winner is going to be Consuming Impulse album. Consuming Impulse. The one that has the face with all the ants on it. That album cover. I love the shit out of this one more than I did with the first full length. This is a damn good production death metal album, thrash metal album ever made. It's definitely Consuming Impulse as one of them. Goddamn. I like all the tracks in this one. So Dehydrate, The Process of Suffocation, Suspended Animation, The Trauma, Chronic Infection, Out of the Body, Echoes of Death, Defy Thy Master, Prolific Souls instrumental, pretty good instrumental, Reduced to Ashes. Yes, this one is higher on my ranking. This is a damn good one from Pestilence. Overall, I can definitely enjoy this one going through. So this is where I'm going to stick at my number 2 silver medal winner is going to be Consuming Impulse. But my most favorite number 1 gold medal winner out of all 10 of these Pestilence albums, and this is my opinion, I think this might be the best Pestilence album they made. I pick Testimony of the Ancients. Yes, this one is better in my opinion than the last two. Shocking, right? This is, I think, is their best Pestilence album is this one. I like all 16 tracks, and some of them are actually instrumentals, which is pretty awesome in my opinion. So I'll name all 16 tracks. So it's their first print. So the Cercis of Horror, Bitterness instrumental, Twisted Truth, Darkening instrumental, Lost Souls, Blood instrumental, Land of Tears, Free Us from Temptation, Prophes- Prophetech Revelations. I'm sorry I messed it up. Maybe my eyes are just shit. Impure instrumental, Testimony, Soulless instrumental, Presence of the Dead, Mind Warp instrumental, Stigmatized, and lastly In the Sorrow instrumental. Yes, to me this is their best Pestilence album. It's definitely Testimony of the Ancients, and that's what I'm going to stick with and my #1 gold medal winner. And I hope you guys respect my opinion, my first time opinion about this. And overall, yeah, this one I can definitely listen to over and over. It's definitely this one. Is my #1 gold medal winner is definitely Testimony of the Ancients. So there you go. All 10 of them ranked worst to best of Pestilence studio albums, their main ones. And I actually had a damn good time going through their discograph. And I just had to hold it off until they released their new one. It was released around April. And then it finally came out. I know some people are disappointed about their latest one. All of them are just re-recorded original songs they made. And anyway, yeah, if they do make a better one than just a re-recorded album, I will be there for that overall. I think Pestilence is a good death thrash metal band in my opinion. Damn good in my opinion. Overall. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and end this video here. Subscribe to me if you haven't. Click the bell to get notified on all of my notifications and all that stuff. Also, share and like the ranking of the Pestilence studio album's worst to best video. And I will see you, my best home friends, and my sexy and pie cuties on my next video. Seizure, later.